because I'm just thinking about how sometimes you have to hit your head more than one time for you to really learn. But what is it that you may tell people when they ask for advice on a certain thing, then they still don't do it, then they come back with the same problem? So like, how do you help them move forward from that? Because I feel like what you've been saying is that basically what you would tell them as far as just, you know, improving your perspective of how you see yourself and how you make your decisions.
So, nephew, as a therapist, it's my job to find and create goals for people. And then if they come back and they say, I'm still not reaching my goal, I dig deeper and I ask them, what's holding you back? What barriers are you having? Are you ready to change? Because people can have these grand ideas, but simply not be ready to move forward. And that's okay. But be honest about that. Just like you've gotten to a place in your life where you're like earning opportunities. That's what it is. You've earned opportunities to venture and explore. And people are saying, come check us out. And you've earned that. You got to think about it like that. You've earned that. Because if you didn't earn it, it wouldn't be on the table.
Okay.
Right. And as you prepare for that, um, think about how you want to show up, how you want it to look. Create that picture in your mind first and begin to frame it step by step, day by day.
Mm.
And again, are you ready for the big leagues? Just like how when you started the highlight reel, it was one thing, then it evolved, and you kept raising the bar. And that's what you're supposed to do because that's what's in you. And this is another opportunity to show what's in you, and how much you've grown as a man. And it's nothing to be afraid of. But let me say this one last thing. I do understand because in my experience, when I was a younger therapist, I know all about imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is,
I've heard some interesting things about that.
yeah, I'm doing this job and I don't feel qualified. And that is why I developed the Ice Baby, because I had to even encourage myself that I'm supposed to be here, right? And it's not by mistake. It's not by some random act. I earned this. I'm supposed to be here. And I'm going to embrace it. And I'm not going to be afraid because nobody's expecting me to do this job perfectly. Like they say, there's levels to it.
Correct. So in everything that I've been saying so far, and just knowing me, of course, as your nephew, what do you think are the things that are holding me back? What would you think?
I don't think anything is holding you back.
Okay.
I think once this opportunity presents itself, I think you're going to take it. I think you're going to knock it out the park because that's who you are. Like you said off camera, you thrive on responsibility. You thrive with a little bit of pressure, and that's what makes diamonds pressure. And some people need to feel that push to get the engine going, and once it's going, it's going. So embrace it.
Okay. So what were some things that you felt, our lives at 25 are drastically different. Because you were 25 and you were married. I believe my cousin was already here. So because I want to get to that at some point. But even when you were at that stage, what were some of the things that you were scared of, or if you felt like were holding you back?
Well, I had a picture in my mind and I didn't even have a clear picture. I just knew what I wanted. And that's why I got married, because I knew I didn't want to be out there doing X, Y, and Z. I knew I loved this young lady, and I knew I would be willing to do whatever it took to make it work. And we've done that for 23 years.
Ooh.
So part of it, Jariah, is the faith to say, I don't even have the complete picture,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm willing to take the risk because the risk will be worth it. And that's what faith is. Faith is, I just have an outline. That's all I need because the rest is going to be filled in as I go. And there will be lumps. There will be difficulties. So I took the risk.
I don't. I don't mind taking risks. I don't mind taking risks. Okay. I just feel like some of the risks that I took backfired in a way. There have been times where I feel like they backfired. So, for example, after I graduated, I didn't come straight home. I ended up moving out and moved to a different city, and I was there for a while.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I feel like that backfired because I ended up going back to a place I said I didn't want to go.
And guess what? That happens to a lot of people your age.
Right.
They get out there and they take the risk, and sometimes it does not work according to plan, but it didn't destroy you. I know you learn from it. And that's all you can hope from life is if things go wrong, you get back up and you have the courage to continue to dream. You know, depression is when something goes wrong and you just stay down and you let stuff pile up and you don't feel better. You feel worse because you know there's more you want and you don't have the motivation to get it. And you just basically stay in a pit. So at least you are back up. At least you are looking forward to what's next. At least your hard work has earned you another opportunity, and that's powerful. I'm proud of you because, like you said, I had no idea things didn't work out on that level. But look at you. You've been doing your highlight reel. You've expanded it. You're doing interviews. I mean, you haven't stopped. And that's powerful because you didn't let what happened break you. And that's all any parent, aunt, uncle, cousin, brother can hope for, that young people learn to be resilient. Because life is going to knock you down, set you back, knock the wind out of you. But don't stop. And that's why you hear about people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s making one move that changed their life.